its temporary shelter. Now, this comes after we reported on issue after issue at the Department of Child Safety over the last year. In June of 2015, the county attorney slammed DCS workers after cases surfaced of 2 children dying. In September, bedbugs shut down the emergency shelter that had opened just a few months prior to that. In October, workers were questioned over how they do their jobs, and a report revealed that 400 employees had left the agency in December. The DCS chief was given an unfavorable review for agency performance, and the list goes on and on. And now this same department wants to allow children to go back to living in agency offices. Bram Resnick dug into that today. And Bram, it seems like another step backward for the agency.
Well, Mark, it's certainly a surprise. Keep in mind, we're talking about infants and little children up to age 10 taken out of homes that are deemed too dangerous by DCS, often in the middle of the night. They were being housed temporarily in DCS offices, then a new emergency shelter opened. That shelter's lease is up, and many of those children will be sleeping in DCS offices again. 2 years ago, children who had to be removed from their homes immediately
We're not a good parent.
were sleeping overnight in Department of Child Safety offices.
One child in a field office on a floor on a cot
Was too many for DCS Director Greg McKay. So last year, this new emergency shelter, decked out in bright pastels, took in those children.
They're going from one bad place to another bad place.
Volunteers said the new shelter was beset by problems. It had to close for a few weeks because of a bedbug outbreak. Now, children plucked from dangerous homes are on the move again.
It is a building that is designed for people to work in.
In other words, next month, the children will be stashed in a DCS office building.
We have to be sure that that child has a safe and appropriate location.
But DCS spokesman Doug Nick says this time things will be different.
Added staff that are dedicated to placing these kids.
The goal is to place the children with family or foster homes. Nick says that's happening faster now.
And the good news about that is we are doing that in a much more efficient way.
Now, DCS couldn't provide numbers on how much faster it's placing children who arrive at emergency shelters. The larger problem, though, remains the state needs many more foster homes for the growing number of children being removed from their homes. In the newsroom, Bram Resnick, 12 News.
Bram.